Hi, welcome to the first episode of our new podcast. I'm Molly, the marketing executive, and here with me is
Maisie, head of commercial,
and
Laura, head of operations.
And today we're going to be talking about everything sort of post pandemic, travel industry trends, pre-loved, everything travel. So that's us to start off with.
So the pandemic hit the travel industry probably the hardest out of all the sectors in different industries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I was going to say, no, it was. It was reported in 2019, the travel industry made up 10% of global GDP, which contributed to around $10.3 trillion. Wow. So it's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Obviously, then COVID hit, and they really, really struggled, and a lot of sort of consumer attitudes changed with that, and they demanded more flexibility as a knock-on effect, of the pandemic. So what we found in that is, from what I found anyway, is a lot of airlines had rigid policies now, whereas in the pandemic they have much more flexible options. I understand it's a pandemic, but if they could do it then, they can do it now. They've made it so much more difficult for people to change, like do name change fees, just if they can't use the holiday or whatever. So it's them sort of rigid policies that are struggling now.
Obviously being flexible, that's great, but then I suppose in terms that comes with like adaptability as well, like I mean, I know you looked a lot of like last minute bookings. I mean, that's literally basically what we do in a nutshell. But
yeah. But it's that
definitely increased
demand now for flexibility that people don't tend to have.
Definitely.
So another key impact I found was the massive shift in sustainability from the pandemic. Yeah. So obviously in the pandemic, travel was at a complete standstill. Like CO2 emissions went down by 17%. Obviously pollution went down as well. And I think everyone realised that they could still go on holiday or certainly travel without costing it for the planet. So like the rise of staycations, they rose by like 96% of the UK's travel expenditure in 2021 came from staycations, which is a massive impact. And I think that's a trend that's continued now, whereas people want staycations.
Yeah,
personally,
hot tubs and lodges, like that's like a mass. I would love to do that personally.
But,
that's like super chill. I mean, you go to the lakes all the time.
Literally, I would much rather a staycay than a vacay. That's what I would prefer. You to a vacay, I feel like.
Yeah.
You are definitely.
You're definitely
all the
vacay.
way. Yeah, not a staycay.
But that was the thing as well. I think people just appreciated it more and realised they can do it without having to spend a fortune and going away. Which is another reason I like the lakes, because it's cheaper.
I think as well, remote working, that's changed as well. So a lot more people are able to work from home, and that's also shifted changes in behaviour in travel, which is interesting.
Yeah,
definitely.
One of the most exciting trends is the shift towards secondary marketplaces. This is something taken off across many industries. I believe you've seen it across different industries.
Yeah, I mean, the pre-loved re-commerce, that's how I'm going to say it. I know, right? So the pre-love / re-commerce kind of vibe, the environment is expected to be worth 6.5 billion in the UK, which that's insane. Like that is crazy. And obviously that's just from pre-loved. It's other people's things, whether it's like clothing. I think personally clothing was probably the biggest one that we've seen that's taken off like by a storm. So like Vinted, like the fastest growing marketplace that there has been over the past few years, which is insane. Jealous. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Love that.
Oh, did you?
Vinted reps.
Nice.
Yeah, huge. And then even with eBay, which is a bit of a rogue one. Obviously, they've got like a pre-loved director now. They've got they did like collabs with like Love Island.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they're just everywhere. But which is weird because 80% of like eBay's users, buyers, whatever, they always buy new products. Which strange, right? But then over half of the people who buy the products would say, "Oh, actually, I would buy something that's pre-loved. I would." I would go into that market. I think
so. It's there.
It's growing.
They just
exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say they don't know where to look, but then I suppose if eBay, that's really threw me.
Yeah,
I would have thought that was everything secondary or at least pre-love.
But then I suppose with stuff like that, it's not just like behaviours and stuff that's kind of shifting. It's kind of pushing us more towards different opportunities, like what's out there and what's not. So
Yeah.
like AI and things like that, I think in the future there's like a huge portion. I think there's a demand for it anyway.
Definitely. 100%. Well, we've already seen it over the past few years. Airlines are now using AI to optimise their flight paths, which again is saving fuel efficiency. So again, more leaning in sustainability. People are more aware of it now and realising what it can do.
Yeah. A lot of AI as well in personalization. People want the end-to-end experience to be unique. So we're seeing a lot of kind of buzzwords around AI in travel tech conferences and roundtables, and everyone just kind of wants that unique experience and value add. It's not all just about cost anymore. It's also about what the user and the consumer can get out of it as well.
100%.
Can't even blame them, to be fair.
No.
Like, you want the value, like why would you not?
100%. And it's just easier as well. It's just so much, like, you just 9 times out of 10 now you can't be bothered if you have to do all the work yourself.
Yeah,
which is really lazy. But you do, everything's there for you.
You can get full itineraries now. If you just type in AI and ChatGPT, you can break it down, travel itineraries, which is interesting.
Love that.
Where to go, best places.
ChatGPT, love that.
I know, thank you very much. It really is.
Another thing that I've seen, I literally think I just saw this on TikTok. I saw this thing and it was about, I think it's British Airways, and they use the virtual reality, so like to help you get around airports, like foreign airports, which I would have loved.
That's so handy.
So handy.
Yeah.
Because not all the signs are obviously not going to be in English,
Yeah.
but it's just so hard.
How would that work? You have to wear
like
the
on
VR?
No, it's like on your phone. Imagine walking around an airport.
You won't get very far.
No, it's like
on your
phone, like on their app on your phone, you just like hold it up.
Oh, that's
cool. You know, like if you're scanning, I don't know.
Like it'll translate it or...
No, it like shows you the route.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's like, where do you want to go? It's like a virtual reality, but it's a map. And it's on your phone. Perfect.
I wish I had that. When I went to Venice a few years ago, I was on the phone to my mum and dad. I was like, I don't know where to go. I'm in the airport. And they were like, right, we're in England. We also have never been to this airport. We can't help you. So
how did you find your way around?
Just cried and found my way
around. That's valid.
That's
so valid.
No, I was like, right, if other people can do it, so can I. But I would have much preferred VR. I want to say VAR.
VAR.
Oh yeah. Much preferred that.
Offside.
Well, yeah, moving forward with travel, what do we think?
Where's it going to go?
Yeah. I think, like you said, with AI, there's a massive push for that. But I think before having this discussion, I just thought it was like all the back end kind of stuff and like coding, but like you say about the personalisation, and it's more for consumers now.
Yeah.
So I think there's a massive push for that. Yeah, moving towards like the future of travel, definitely slow travel will have a massive impact. Like, because people have already done it, you know, during COVID, they couldn't travel abroad and experience new cultures. So they'd be more familiar with like local cultures around them. So I think slow travel really, it's on the rise. I can feel it coming. No, it's that more authentic experiences of like, instead of just going to, I don't know, a food chain in New York, people are more, I don't know why I said New York, people are more inclined to, I don't know, take a cooking class in New York to make the best pizza ever.
That would be cool.
That it would be cool, I know.
Yeah.
But so it's things like that I think that's the way forward, but possibly not in New York because it's not very slow there. So it wouldn't be slow travel. It wouldn't be slow travel. So that's what I think.
That would be cool.
What do you think?
Maybe like travel that's slightly more mindful. Like, yeah, I know. Hold your horses. Obviously, with like the push for like sustainability and things like that, like people, like consumers are being more aware of where they're going, implications. Remember all that stuff? Was it like a few months ago in Spain where everyone was kicking off because of like tourists and stuff like that?
In Barcelona.
Yeah, that was a big one. So maybe like, I don't know, not even just steering away, but people being more mindful even when they're out there.
Just be a bit conscious of
I think sustainability is definitely like everyone's more conscious about it, and people are willing to pay a bit more.
And it's like people now, they'll take the train because they'll enjoy the journey of it instead of just taking the plane, because it's, you get from A to B with a train, like especially through Italy. When I did it, you can just look at all the mountains and it's stunning and it's so nice.
That's stressful though, because you have to like put your ticket in the thing and get it stamped before you get on the train, don't you?
You do, I know.
That was a stress.
Yeah.
They had this thing in Milan where like you get like this, it's massive, this long ass ticket, and you have to like stick it in this, like you've already got the ticket, but you have to like get it stamped before it's valid before you get on.
Okay.
But it's already there.
You've already got the ticket, but without the stamp it's not valid, so you have to buy a new one.
That sounds fun.
Top tip.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you very much for watching the Transfer Travel, the first episode of the Transfer Travel podcast. Yay! Thanks, guys.
Thank you.